Today marking 9 months of fighting in Gaza. From what we're hearing, Israel and Hamas could potentially be one step closer to a ceasefire that brings home all remaining hostages. Here's a look right now at the Israel-Gaza border early today as Hamas says they are waiting on a response from Israel, the militant group giving its initial approval to the three-phase proposal backed by the U.S. You're looking at video of large protests in Israel that blocked roads across the country with calls for a ceasefire and for Prime Minister Netanyahu to step down. Victoria Coates served as Deputy National Security Advisor for the Trump administration. You are very well acquainted with the Middle East. Thank you for being here. In terms of this deal, similar to ones in the past, but with Hamas initially removing one of their key demands of this permanent ceasefire, do you think Israel will say yes?
Hi, Adrienne. Good to be with you. Yeah, this is a very interesting moment. And I think what it tells us is that Israel is winning and that Hamas is realizing that they are running out of room here if they want to continue to exist. And so they've gone back to their standard playbook. They did this in 2009, 2014, 2021, all the times we've had these conflicts in Gaza, where when they feel truly threatened, suddenly they're ready to negotiate and make a deal. And in this case, I think getting the hostages out of Gaza has to be a top priority. And if they have dropped their objection to Israel being able to restart hostilities if negotiations break down, then it's possible we could get to a deal.
Netanyahu adamant that Israel will do whatever it takes and not fully pull out until the threat of Hamas is over, or in the case that Hamas reneges on returning all of the hostages. Would the IDF, would the Israeli military remain in Gaza in the first two tiers of this particular deal?
It's not entirely clear. I think the Israelis do want a security presence and a monitoring presence and certainly very strong peripheral control over the Gaza Strip. But bear in mind, they're also potentially facing an action up north, so they're not going to have unlimited manpower to deploy to Gaza. So redeploying those troops to the Lebanon border, where they're facing the threat from Hezbollah, may be the imperative for the IDF right now.
Well, I was just about to ask you about that issue in the north and the threats, the incessant military fire from Hezbollah. They were saying, at least through their spokespeople, for what it's worth, that they were going to continue to strike Israel until there was a ceasefire deal. So what do you believe Israel's next move is when it does come to their enemies in Lebanon?
I'm just back from Israel a couple of days ago, and this is a much more pressing issue than we realize, most of us here in the States, because the rocket fire from Hezbollah out of Lebanon has displaced about 50,000 Israelis from their homes in the north. And these people need security in that region so that they can go back. And so that's what the Israeli government is really grappling with. What do they have to do to diffuse, literally, Hezbollah's threat on that immediate passage or sort of swath of land around Galilee? And so that's what they're looking at and what action they may have to take. But in many ways, this is a much more pressing threat. Hezbollah is much larger, better armed, better funded than Hamas.
Yeah. By Iran. I had heard about the Israelis fighting Lebanon forces of Hezbollah with military strikes that were so incessant. There were wildfires in the area. The strikes were happening so much that you could count them almost on a clock by the minute. Is there anything else that you wish we in America knew and were broadcasting about the current conflict, about the state of things in Israel as it relates to these enemies?
Well, Adrienne, I think actually you said it yourself. It's Iran. Iran is orchestrating all of this with Hamas, with Hezbollah, and also with the Houthi out of Yemen, who today threatened Saudi Arabia and shipping through the Red Sea. This is actually impacting Americans here at home because we've basically seen a shutdown of one of the world's largest commercial shipping lanes through the Red Sea, through the Suez Canal, into the Mediterranean. This is where so much energy, goods, commodities it should be flowing regularly. It's basically ended now because the Houthi, with Iranian support, are taking potshots at commercial ships. This should be intolerable to the President of the United States, yet he barely even mentions it. So I think Iran's complicity on this triple terrorist threat is one thing Americans who are old enough to remember 1979 should be very concerned about.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.